Yo, what's good? Got a quick trade recap today. We took a loss. Bro, look at this, bro. Look at this loss, bro. How many candlesticks is that? That's 2 candlesticks. And what's the time frame? We're on the 1 minute time frame. I got stopped out in like 2 minutes, bro. So yeah, here's the loss, bro. I definitely did something wrong. That's up to you just for like, I don't even know what I was trying to say, but bro, this was like with the news coming out. I think the timing was just really unlucky for me. And that's probably on me. Probably should not have been trading during times of like wars and stuff like that. But yeah, there was some news saying that they're considering a 20 billion cash for uranium deal. That was one of the things that brought us up. And then the next thing that sealed the deal, Iran's foreign minister says that the Strait of Hormuz is open. That was the next thing. The next thing kept on going higher. And then, yeah, bro, that was just tragic, bro. Quickest trade of all time and the quickest loss of all time, bro. It's tragic, bro. But yeah, I'll just quickly go over the trade, the reason behind the trade, and then I'll fill in my journal because I need to do that as well. So going on to the 4-hour, GBP/USD was bearish going into market open. So, you know, higher time frame, higher power. So I was like looking like, yo, could we go lower? We didn't have any fair value gaps that we had inverted up. And this was the 3 a.m. candle, so we were not closed above this fair value gap by the time I entered the trade. We were literally just at this point. So now at the 30-minute, we had London highs and London lows. Accompanying those London highs and London lows, we had 1 hour highs and lows, 1 hour high, 1 hour low. So now if you go into DXY, we can notice that the similar thing was seen on GBP/USD. I mean, on like what we saw on GBP/USD. We had this, sorry, this is the 30-minute. We had this low on the DXY, which corresponds to the high in GBP/USD. So this was the London low, which is the London high on GBP/USD. And in that case, we took out this low, while on GBP/USD, we did not take out that high. So this is a bearish SMT for GBP/USD. So that's why I was inclined to take this trade. Now, we were maintaining 5-minute bear structure, and I wasn't looking for the high to get taken out. So I was willing to just enter off of some confluence because we were already on bearish market like order flow. So now I hopped on the 1 minute looking for some sort of retracement, anything like that. This is probably where I went wrong. Yeah, bro. This is where I went wrong. So like, if we were bearish already, why would I want to? Bro, this is where I messed up, bro. This is the case. So we're bearish already. I'm looking for confluence, but I was looking at equilibrium, but we pushed way past equilibrium, and I deleted that equilibrium, and I was like, it don't matter. We don't need that. So now, what confluence am I basing my trade off of? I'm not basing my trade off of anything, bro. If we already came into this fair value gap, this could have been the confluence, but we pushed above that fair value gap and continued on higher. So that makes this fair value gap irrelevant. So that's not even the confluence I'm using. This is where I messed up. This is where I messed up. There's no confluence in the trade. We inverted this gap up, so this confluence doesn't exist. We push way past equilibrium, so that confluence doesn't exist. I guess the only confluence you could say is DXY and GBP/USD having a bearish SMT. So I guess you could say that's the confluence, but honestly, that's not really that strong of a confluence. That's not like retracement. That's not showing that we're going to continue on lower. So probably that's where I messed up. But yeah, we inverse this gap, enter short off of that. And then instant reversal. What time was this one? This was at 6:23 a.m. What time was that? 6:47. Wait, what? 6:22. Oh no, it was the other one before that. 6:29 a.m. 6:22, 6:23, 6:24, yeah. I mean, keep in mind that this is going to be updating a bit later than what it actually is. So 6:27, yeah, bro. So kind of like really bad timing with that. Yeah, so that's basically a summary of the trade. I guess we'll get into the trade recap portion, bro. I'm just so tired, bro. I hate girls, bro. Anyways, bro, I didn't even mean to click that, bro. Bro, I was in a good mood, bro. And then just thinking about this, bro, And then think, well, you gotta focus on yourself for real, bro. You can never concern yourself with other people, bro. Or just, bro, I'm only 18. There's no point in worrying about bitches, bro. 6:22 a.m. Okay, and another thing where I could have potentially messed up on is maybe this trade was a bit too early. This is 22 minutes into market open. Usually I'll wait until after 25. So that's another part. Okay, well, we got a lot of things to work on, bro. We got a lot of things to work on, bro. A lot of things to work on. 6:24. Okay, but here's like the one upside, right? If the markets are going up, that means my investments are going up. And mind you, investments are like real money, bro. This fund account is like barely anything, bro. So if anything, I'm more happier that the markets went up, but you know, it's kind of sad. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't care so much about trading, and maybe that's a bad thing, but I also feel like it's a good thing, because that way I'm not like, you know, I'm not like super like depressed over a loss, because I know that there's more to life. You know, I still have university. I still want to go into dentistry. You know, so I feel like it's good in a way, but at the same time, maybe I'm not taking it serious enough because of that. And maybe that's the reason why I'm like freaking ass at this shit, bro. But yeah, that's just something I've been observing. But who knows? No news but Trump tweets. I wonder if I can add a third tab in here. No. I need to make like a good thumbnail. Okay, anyways. Okay, let me lock in, bro. Like 5 minutes more. Okay. 4 hour was bearish. Looking for highs. Let me just label these. Never need a... Okay, 4 hour, looking for highs to be taken. What happens? DXY takes out corresponding low while GU does not. So that was a bearish S&T for GU. Already in bearish structure, looking for confluence. Am I sitting too far away? I should sit like a bit closer so it looks like looking for confluence, and looking for confluence in the 5-minute retrace to EQ gets pushed past, then for value gap but gets inverted, but regardless still enter because at T is good enough. Enter on 1 minute FEG, sell above the EQ high, which was TP at... Yeah, so this trade was honestly forced. I guess that's why we're recapping it, bro. That's how we learn. TP at prominent 5-minute low. Bro, what? Why did it become so... Why does it have a cat, bro? It's so dumb. Okay, so... Enter... And then... SL ran through... Quickly due to Trump deal with war. GBUSD again, -1. Damn, bro, we're just losing all over, bro. I'm not too sure about that, but I didn't feel another one too, bro. Shit, my bad. 1. motion, so I was not objected with this. Why isn't my face too big? Not objective with this. I was thinking about the last loss one. To take the trade, I ignored fact that the trade was not good. No confluence, yet still reasoned with myself. Also took the trade early. If I had just waited like 1 or 2 minutes after, I probably wouldn't have lost, bro. Also, I wouldn't have entered early before 6:25. That could have prevented, perhaps. After losing, I was just like, bruh. Like, bruh. Like, there's no way. But, yeah. Stop loss was 5.3. Oops. But that's just make me mad, bro. No, not fun wasn't followed. Okay, do not try to make back previous days. Be objective. Understand that there are more days. If a setup is not good looking, then don't take it. Simple as that. Rules are for a reason. Don't think too deeply about this. More to come, but learn from the mistake of not following plan. Yeah, I think that's basically all. Yeah, I don't really know what else to put here. Other than that, it was an unfortunate loss. I wonder if I paste this image here. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, bro, it's my fault, bro. In the end, so like, well, what am I supposed to, like, I mean, what am I supposed to blame it on? Just me, you know, so I can't blame it on the markets. I should have just not entered, you know, maybe I should have been aware that there's a whole war going on and that anything could happen, maybe risk 0.5, but yeah, that's pretty much all for today.